The other day I was going through a box that had a number of wristwatches that are no longer working. I've never owned a good or expensive watch. I buy something relatively inexpensive. You can read the word cheap if you want, and wear it until the battery dies or the wristband falls apart. I'm reminded of those watches as I hear the Isaiah reading today for this feast. In our tradition, the new liturgical year begins with Advent, but the celebration of Epiphany antedates that of Christmas, and for some Christian churches, it is the beginning of the church year. In some parts of the world, this feast is a bigger feast with more gift-giving than Christmas itself. The Magi, usually associated with wisdom, come close to the light, do homage, and are illumined by what they see. Their lives are altered, or as Matthew puts it, they departed for their country by another way. It really is a sign to suggest to us that once you've walked in God's light, you cannot follow the same old ways that you once followed. Yet the prophet reminds us that the darkness still lingers. See, darkness covers the earth and thick clouds cover the people. But that's not the end. God will not let darkness reign supreme. See, upon you the Lord shines. For believers there is light. For God is coming to pierce the darkness of our sin and ignorance with a light to direct the steps of our long journey together. But with the gift comes responsibility. Others will walk by the light that we've received. Like those watches that I spoke about, a light shines on us and we glow. Then our responsibility is to reflect God's light for others so they can tell what time it is in their darkness. The year is very new, and there is still much darkness on the horizon. We look at the days and the months in front of us and wonder about those who are suffering, those who have experienced the economic collapse. When will the protests end, and when will peace and respect rule people's hearts? Isaiah and the Magi remind us God will not abandon us, but will shine light on our dark winter days. Will all things get better immediately? Hardly. But the Magi represent those of us following the light that God provides. It shines as a way to illuminate a path so that we might walk in His ways. The Feast of the Epiphany calls us to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. I suspect we've had experiences of the light of Christ's presence. The message of the Scriptures is that we can't stay here. As nice as it would be to dine on Christmas cookies for the rest of our days, the reality, life goes on. We must move on. We pray at this Eucharist for clear minds, courageous hearts, and perseverance to stay on the path. Jesus has manifested to us the way of forgiveness, of reconciliation, and peace. It can at times be scary to walk in the darkness, to be in the midst of crisis, to not exactly know where we're going next. Yet we trust that God will not disappoint us. God will not abandon us. God will walk with us.